Alright, I'm out in the garage again today. Working on my lawnmower. I got my fenders all cut off. Very rough right now. I just did that with the hacksaw. Really hard to do because the handle would hit cutting about right here, so I had to bend the fender and then do it again. So I think today I might take a grinder, smooth that all off. I had to cut my fenders because they usually would go down straight down to over here. So, I had to make room for my shifter. And so it wouldn't look funny, I decided to cut both fenders off at the same. Cut it off right at this flange right here. And it works perfectly for my so-called brake, because right now it's sitting on there and it's just missing the tires. So, plus it'll hold this thing up. I did notice this a while back when I first got it. This whole piece was wrapped in electrical tape, literally about this high, and over here it was just the same height as this. So there was about a good inch of electrical tape. I mean, a lot of electrical tape. I took that all off because I was wondering what the hell it was for, and all that electrical tape was just because of this. It was just split, and it seems to stay on fine, so I don't know why you would ever do that. So I'm just gonna leave it like this, and I don't know why there would be that much electrical tape on there. I tightened up my steering gear, so now I only have this much play instead of that much play. And to do that, I tightened up the 2 bolts on this gear, and on the bigger gear, and it seems to work good. I also added a bigger idler pulley on there, so they're about the same, and I had to re-drill my hole, as you can see, the old hole, and it just tightens it up a little bit tighter, and this sticks a little bit, but when it's running it's just fine. I swapped that idler pulley out. What was back there was this one, and my belt would continuously fall off. This one's a little bit more narrow, and as you can see, it's a little smaller. So, yeah. I also added this side one. For my battery, I had to cut fins out on this side, 3 of them. They're obviously not for any use, and I had to cut this out. And I'm also gonna take, I don't know, I'm thinking the die grinder or something with a sanding wheel on there and just smoothing that out, because I cut all this and that, and this broke off and this side didn't, and that's just perfect for my exhaust, and it doesn't get hot or melt it. And temporarily, just to see how it goes, I added 2 broken off hockey sticks. Yeah, I like my hockey sticks, man. To stop my suspension. And I've gotten my wheels off maybe once so far, and that was just around here in the driveway. So, and I added nails, 2 nails, so that they wouldn't slide over and affect my steering right here. So this arm could freely go back and forth without, just for safety in case these hockey sticks come back and affect my steering. I doubt that these are probably going to stay in there until I take them out, because I'm not going to weld my suspension right here, because I might need them later. And, in case I want to go off-roading a little bit or do whatever, I don't have to grind off my welds and all that crap. But I'm thinking relocating the battery back where it's supposed to be. This back in here, which I'm gonna have to grind right where this mark is from. Hold on, gotta grab my piece again. Nope. This was the original battery mount, and the battery that was in there is this motorcycle battery or ATV battery? What the hell is that? Oh. And this clearly is dead. You know, I have 1 volt left on there and it won't take a charge, so. And those batteries are $77 at Mill Sleep. And this was the original one. And this clearly will not fit standard battery. I mean, not even close. And this fit right in here. Like that. And I'm thinking of, come on. I'm thinking of grinding this out right along that rust edge on each side, and that'll be just the width of the battery. I think it's 5 inches. And then I'm going to cut this down the center right along these holes and add about 1 inch of sheet metal, 1.5 inches, and then reinforcing it on the bottom so my battery don't fall out. And then relocating my wiring again. And I'm not sure if I showed you guys this earlier, but it's gonna be a pain in the ass to redo my battery because that's my solenoid in there. And actually, I don't know if you can see it or not, but this piece of metal behind it, I cut out for that shifter. And I couldn't get the Sawzall blade, you know, to cut across like this, so I just bent it up right up next to my solenoid. And it actually has been doing pretty well. Along with my fuse, I keep on blowing them too, every now and then when I'm starting it, but that's up in there and I can't really get that solenoid out anymore unless I bend that tab back down. So I'm just going to have to reuse this old wiring and wire it back up over here. I'm not sure when I'm going to do that, but I don't know, it's something to do. And I'm going to have to go down to Bart's Mower service, right where I live at, and get a new throttle, because this one's a piece of shit. And right now it's taped, because it keeps on breaking, and this wire, the tab that holds this, keeps on bending and falling off. I'm not sure if I want to do a gas pedal. I don't think it's really worth it with what I'm doing right now, so I don't know. I'm also thinking of doing a valve adjustment on here. Just, you know, just cause, and I have to take this whole body off or whatever. Just get to the valve cover and maybe just readjust them, make sure they're all good. I also added this wire casing for my lights. I had it laying around from one of my